Hey viewers, hey subscribers, and welcome back to my channel, Aquarian Empress Tarot. For those of you guys who are new to the channel, welcome. First, I'd like to start by welcoming all the new people. And then I'm going to let you guys know that I'm not going to be on here long because I have things I need to get done today. So I'm not going to be on here very long, but I wanted to hop in. I have not been streaming lately because I've just been so tired and I've been very, very busy with work. So, that's why you haven't seen a lot of posts and whatnot. Good morning, Em. I needed some time to regroup. I needed some time to rest. I needed some time to just refresh my own energy. I'm glad to see y'all too this morning. I really am. And hopefully I'll be working on content more so than streaming, because everybody knows, like, if they want to reach me, they know how to reach me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on social media. I have Facebook, I have Instagram, I have every damn thing on social media there is to have. So I have an email address. Some people have my phone number. So it's not like if you absolutely need something or a way to reach me, like, you don't know. So that's, yes, I don't know. It could be because of my monthly cycle that I was just feeling drained on top of working. Good morning, Divine Cancerian. Good morning, Tasha. On top of being so, having so much a heavy workload this past week. So I just haven't had the energy to do live streaming. And people, listen, I love y'all, but people really do the most. They do. And they take a lot of your energy, especially during live streams. So, I just wasn't up for it. So, today, this live stream is donations only for all my moderators. And, I also had started noticing a lot of people were hopping in here. Even after I had people who have already donated, they were start hopping in here. Oh, I'm new to the channel. Oh, I like and subscribe. And it's like, no, that's not how this works. I'm not doing free readings on a regular. You know what I mean? I'm not going to continue to give my energy, give my advice, give messages from spirit for free. I'm not going to do it. So if they want to be here, they're going to need to actively participate. So specifically for my moderators, if y'all see people, if you see people, y'all know who regular people are. Tasha is regular, Divine Cancerian, she's a regular subby. But if y'all see people hopping in here that are not regulars, and then they're hopping in here and hopping out, block them. Hi, Cheryl. So yes, there's no free list this morning. And all last week, the week before, when I was streaming regularly, like every 2 nights, and it's perfectly okay with me. I love it that way. Thank you, love. A shout out to everybody. Also, shout out to all of y'all. Like I said, to all of my regulars, Tasha, Divine Cancerian, all of y'all who actually booked readings this week. And I want to say to everybody who booked a shadow work reading specifically, I'm proud of you, boo. I'm proud of you. Because it takes you humbling yourself and acknowledging that there's things within yourself that you need to work on, to be a better person. Because a lot of the readings that I get from my clients, a lot of people are usually pointing the finger at the other party and more focused on what they're doing or what they're not doing instead of focusing on themselves. What it is that they're lacking. How have they not clearly communicated their needs? How are they showing up for the relationships that they entertain with people? And it's not just, let me clarify as a reader, it's not just always, intimate relationships. It can be personal relationships like a mother and daughter. It can be cousins. I've had that before. I've had best friends. I've had people come to me about readings with friends. Any connection that you have with another human being, you both are human beings. So let's start there. Okay, so you're flawed. Both of you guys have good things and you have negative things. And a lot of times the human psyche, we don't like to admit to those not so pleasant things about our character that we really need to fix. It will make excuses or justify it. So Tasha, thank you, love. Looks like Tasha donated. So you can go ahead and post your question, love. But I want to say thank you to those of you who actually are taking advantage of my shadow work readings, because those readings are only $13, which I think is very worth it to get to the core of what's going on and what spirit wants you to know and how you can improve yourself as well as other connections. So I think that's important. Oh, and I have no problem losing people. None at all. Yeah. And then for those, again, those who have been my regular clients, those who have, booked personal readings with me, check your emails, because I sent out a pretty good discount code for this month for any reading, except for the little basic $5 questions. I'm not doing a discount for that. Okay, I got you, love. You should go, and you may find something that you really, really love. What else? I wanted to touch on something this morning because someone had asked in the last live stream. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. Let's see. Spirit, who is coming towards Tasha? Let me light my incense, because I need to do that. I need to do that. You'd be surprised at what you can find at fairs. Little odds and ends. What else do I have here? I actually went to a little store, not this week, but last week, and I got these cute little spray bottles because I was trying to figure out how to create my own protection spray. So I have a protection spray, like not just for here at home, when I do readings and whatnot, but so I have it when I'm out in public as well. And so I ended up finding a whole little baggie of these cute little spray bottles. And then I have some that are even smaller little spray bottles. They're so cute. So I started making my little sprays so I can have them. And then I plan on getting dropper bottles off Amazon so I can make different oils and things. But I wasn't expecting to find it because they have so many good odds and ends. And they actually had, which I plan on going back to get, they actually had another tripod light. I know. I think she hopped in here the last live stream. She's been so busy working. She had been so busy working. I think she still is. Same thing with Happily. Sarah and Happily are both regular mods, but Happily time frame is different. So, like when I'm streaming, sometimes it's like night where she is. So I try to be considerate of that. Yeah, I think she did the last live stream. Spirit, who's coming towards Tasha? Yeah. Who's coming towards Tasha? But yeah, I don't know, you guys. I don't know if it's the if it's Mercury retrograde that has kind of had a little bit effect on my sleep patterns. But I felt like all week I didn't sleep. And I was like, no, I can't do this. So I was like, no, can't have this going on. Spirit Universe, please show me the messages for Tasha. Who's coming towards her? And what do you need her to know about who's coming towards her? It's somebody that you communicate with regularly, and it's a divine masculine. Aries. Thank you, Spirit. Right. Retrograde will do that to you. You'll also, from what I've heard about retrograde, it'll things will go missing. Like you'll have trouble finding things. There'll be trips in communication. So watch out for that, y'all. In the next couple of days, if you have misunderstandings with people, just know that Saturn is showing out. Saturn's showing out. So miscommunication, misunderstandings, delays like with technology. Yeah. Yeah, Spirit wants you to know, Tasha, that this divine masculine Aries energy. Y'all forget about this deck. I love this deck. This is by Mystic Moon Oracles, her Twin Flame Journey Tarot. I forget that I had this deck because I kept it in a different bag. But this divine masculine definitely wants to balance things out in this connection, and he has the desire and the will to make things work between the two of you. Yeah, magician. That's what automatically came out. Look, the Tower. Yeah. He's coming to some realizations about himself, and I feel like he's also coming to some realizations about you as well. Like, I feel like he's kind of starting to kind of understand you more on a deeper level, like what your needs are. And that's really important in a connection. So that's a great thing. The Tower is like major changes too. Yeah. Thank you, Em. Ten of Pentacles. Oh, I love this. Ten of Pentacles. So this person, after you guys may have had a falling out, after you guys may have had a period of separation, or just giving each other the space that you needed, he wants to rebuild this connection, especially with the Magician here, because the Magician is Gemini energy, which is the manifester in the tarot. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is like happy family, happy home, stability, commitment, all of those things. So that's what he wants. That's a good thing. Y'all, I was feeling brown today. So that's why you see all the little cocoa chocolate, you know, hints and hues. I was feeling chocolate today. King of Pentacles. Yeah, he actually wants to give to this connection. Oh, and be a part of the family. Like he really wants to give, and he really wants to help, you know? King of Pentacle energy. Create like a stable environment. Yeah. That's good energy. I love it. I love to see it. Thank you, Em. Thank you. Let's see. Seven of Wands. Yeah. He's a little bit guarded because I asked Spirit what's in his heart space. He is a little bit guarded, but I feel like with that, it's just that he's trying to learn to trust more and to put his guard down, like to open up, to be more vulnerable, because he may have been through a lot in his past connection. Let's see. We got the Fool and the Chariot. Yeah, he's feeling like he's taking a big leap of faith here with the Fool, and he has hope in this connection. Yeah. He's ready. He is ready to move forward, just so you know. The Chariot is here. The Chariot is like, let's go. Ready, set, let's go. Hey, Aquarian love. Good morning. How are you? Let's see. Hey, if I missed you and you hopped into the chat, hey, good morning. Yeah, Two of Cups. He's ready to move forward in this connection with the Two of Cups. He definitely has a lot of love for you. He feels very connected to you, Tasha. So that's a really beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. Also, too, with the Chariot, because the Chariot is Cancerian energy. He, under his core being, and he may have Cancer in his chart, there may be times where he seems a little bit moody or extremely emotional about this. Men, just know that men express emotion differently than women do. So they don't always, you know, like, it's not always just apparent right out. But there's really strong emotions here. Let's see. Yeah, the High Priestess. I feel like he's analyzing the situation. He's also, like I said, I feel like he's trying to understand you and trying to understand what your needs are and what it is that you want in this connection, so that he knows how to move forward. I feel like he's trusting his own intuition here, which is a good thing as well. That's a good thing. All right, Spirit. What's the advice? What do you need for her to know? Oh, my lighter. Yeah, a lot of men don't. A lot of men do not. So, I feel like he keeps a lot of that to himself, because he's not comfortable expressing it a lot right now. So even though he may not be expressing it, because this is a very common misconception with women. Women think that because a man is not saying something that he doesn't feel anything. But he feels a lot. That's why I said he could be very emotional as well, especially with Cancer coming up, and he could have Cancer in his moon. It could be a water sign in his moon, is what I feel. But he definitely feels strongly about this connection and about you. Sorry, y'all, I'm lighting sage. I'm lighting the sage, y'all. Look, my little lighter want to get out. It don't want to act right now. It's like, nope, I'm not doing it. Now y'all know why I get lighters so much. Hold on, I have another one. Back up. Why am I not surprised? It's very confusing. It's very confusing. Which is why communication and connections is so important, because men are so different. Yeah, because men are so different sometimes. I personally don't have that problem with my person, but I know a lot of people who do, and I have had that in the past where, you know what I mean, where they don't communicate, and that's very frustrating. It's frustrating as hell. So, you know, if you're wondering about where you stand, and that sort of thing, you just kind of have to call them out on it. If you're wondering, don't ever leave yourself in a space of wondering. Just flat out ask, because if you don't, then you'll start to internalize his lack of expression and think that it's a problem with you. Spirit said no, it's not you at all. It's him. Some men struggle with expressing emotions. They struggle with it. So don't take it personal. Let me grab a lighter, y'all. Were you tired? Okay. So I'm back. Let's see what advice Spirit has for you. Exactly. Undo the scissors. Where he wants to cut off communication and not speak, you speak, and speak boldly. Because if you try to wait around for a man to clarify, you won't get it. You won't get it. You'll still be waiting. Well, I was wondering what you wanted. Okay, y'all. What do I do with incense? Hi, Crystal. Welcome back, my loves. Right, Em? Pretty much. Okay. Thank you, Crystal Love. Go ahead and drop your question. I am good, love. How are you? Okay, Spirit. So what's the advice here for Tasha and her person? What's the advice? We have savagely cruel and unbearably toxic, barbaric. Be aware of this side, because it comes out. It comes out. Be aware of this side. If you ever see this side, run. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. This is very critical. This is very critical. I was just thinking about this last night. I was thinking about posting, on Instagram. What are thank you, Em. What is the most important thing in a connection? because I wanted my collective divine feminines and masculines to think about that. When you're dealing with people, you're interacting, you're in a relationship with someone, what is the most important thing to you? Is it communication? Is it money? Is it sex? You know what I mean? Spirit said, and I thought about it for myself personally. Gotcha, divine Cancerian love. And I thought about it for myself, and honestly, for me, when I thought about it, the most important thing for me in any connection is to feel safe. The moment I don't feel safe, thank you, divine love. The moment that I don't feel safe, and y'all let me know down here in the chat what y'all think. If y'all agree, if you don't agree, if you feel differently. But for me, I need to feel safe with this person, because the moment I don't feel safe, I feel threatened. And that can be in a physical sense, but it could be an emotional sense. Like, this person is not going to give me what I need. They're not going to be able to meet my needs emotionally. Therefore, I can express how I feel to this person because they're not listening to understand, or they're just not listening at all. So safety for me is a big thing. Like, if I, even, because we've talked about this before on my channel, you know, with abusive relationships, sometimes abuse is not always physical, but it can be, and there's always signs. So Spirit says to pay attention to that, Tasha. Make sure you pay attention to how he reacts and how he responds when he's upset or when things don't go his way, because that's when you start to see people's true colors. Like when somebody, you know, let's say they call you and they ask you to borrow some money and you're like, no, I don't have it right now. Well, I know you got it. Excuse me, sir? What was that? You see what I'm saying? So then you start to see people's true attitude come out when they're pissed off or things don't go their way. Spirit says to be aware of it. Yeah. Sometimes people are emotionally abusive, and sometimes emotional and verbal abuse can be just as bad as physical. Like, don't ever allow somebody to talk to you crazy. Don't do it. Under any circumstances, don't do it. Because as soon as they start talking to you crazy, cussing you out, talking out of the side of their neck, then they'll start doing other things to you. It's like a progression of abuse, if that makes sense. If y'all understand what I'm talking about, let me know. But it's like a progression of abuse. First, it starts verbal, emotional. Then it goes into physical. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We're not doing it. Past life. You have been together in past lifetime. So there's definitely some type of karmic lessons here between you and this person, Tasha, that y'all have to learn. We have web, getting caught entanglement. He may have some things, some loose ends on his end to tie up. So Spirit says, look, we have guarded, standoffish, or defense mechanism. Sometimes people put on a strong defense mechanism to protect their heart because they've been hurt before. And that could be both parties. That could be you and them. So Spirit says, pay attention to that. Ooh, we got vibrations, picking up on each other's frequencies. This is very important. Learn your person. Learn what triggers them. Learn what makes them smile. Learn what their likes are. Like, really take the time to get to know them. We have chemistry, sparks of love and passion. So there's a lot of sexual chemistry. There's a lot of attraction here, physical attraction, which is necessary. And then we have reconciliation and apologies. So, and I have eye candy on the bottom of the deck. So y'all are both attracted to each other. That's no question. Thank you, Em. So with reconciliation and apologies, Spirit says empathy, realization, and compassion. And I love this because that explains the tower moment that I had earlier, right? So it's like, sorry, I had something in my eye, y'all. I don't know if it's a lash or what it is. Okay. But with the reconciliation and the apologies, with the tower card that came out, it's like, what I find a lot of couples struggle with, sometimes we make a big deal out of nothing. And it's like, be able to settle little petty things that come up in a connection. Know that person's not always going to answer you immediately as soon as you call. That's okay. They have a life. They're grown. Respect that. You know what I mean? And the same for him. Like, just because he calls you 50 million times in 2 minutes doesn't mean that you have to stop, drop, and roll. It doesn't work that way. You have children, you have work, you have things going on. So it's like Spirit is giving the advice to be considerate, to be understanding. Like when you do things from a place of love, it's not that difficult. Or, you know what I mean? Like, some relationships, people keep tabs. Like, oh, I did this for you, and I paid for this for you, and then he does this for you. Like, it's like a tit for tat type of thing. Like, allow things to be natural. I'm giving because I want to give. He's giving because he wants to make sure you're okay. Like, he genuinely, if you need anything, he's gonna make sure that you have it. You know what I mean? But being willing to work things out with reconciliation and apologies. If you say something wrong, apologize. What's difficult about being humble and saying, you know what, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that, and I shouldn't have reacted that way. Like, you see how easy that is? But a lot of people can ruin really good relationships because their pride steps in the way, and they don't want to admit that they reacted out of anger instead of responding out of love and understanding. And so that's what Spirit wants you to make sure is going on in your connection, that both you and your person are responding to one another out of love. And if you make a mistake, be willing, if you want your connection to work, be willing to understand, to listen, and to ask for forgiveness when need be. So that's the advice. This actually recently just literally happened to me. I did get into it with my person this week. We had a little falling out. You're welcome. You're most welcome, love. And I reacted out of anger. Not proud of it, but I did it, okay? So this is a moment of transparency. But I'm not above admitting that I have faults and flaws, because something that he said pissed me off. And I felt that he was speaking to me like I'm illiterate, or like I have no sense at all. And so he apologized. He was like, I'm sorry. He was like, I didn't mean to come across like that. I said, I just want you to put yourself in my shoes. If I had said to you what you had said to me, the way that you said it to me, how would you have felt? And sometimes you have to do that so that they can understand why you reacted the way that you did. Thank you, divine love. And so when I put it to him like that, he was like, oh, baby, I didn't mean to come across like that. He was like, I'm really sorry. I apologize. So, and that was big for me, because no man I've ever been in a relationship has actually ever apologized for his less than acceptable behavior. So I was very like, wow, you know, and this isn't the first time he's apologized, but it's just like, it didn't, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't escalate into a bigger argument, because he just simply said, I'm sorry. And that was it. He was like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel that way. That's not what I was saying. And then he explained what he was saying. And then we were able to move on. You know, it wasn't like being stuck on this particular thing. It's just, let's move on now, because we've made amends. And I apologize for reacting to him in such out of anger, because I felt that my intelligence was being insulted. So it was like, it was a peaceful moment, you know, when you both can put your pride aside and acknowledge, you know what, I shouldn't have behaved that way. I shouldn't have responded that way. And then you can move along, you know. So anywho, that's that. Okay. So who was next, y'all? I think it was Carmen, right? Or Crystal? Crystal? Let's see. Crystal. Where did I get Carmen from? Crystal, are you still here, love? Because we're going to keep this rolling. See, okay, so it doesn't, okay, so I'm not alone in this. And see, that's all it takes, and that's all it takes is like, you know what, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel like that, you know, because I asked him, I did something for him the other day, and I was like, you're still holding a grudge, aren't you? He was like, no, I'm not. And I was like, I'm sorry, because and here is the thing, for those of you guys who are parents, right, and you watch my live streams, please, I implore you, If you had a rough childhood, if you suffered any type of abuse at all, verbal, emotional, please work diligently to change the narrative for your bloodline. Change the narrative. Break that generational cycle so that your children don't have to grow up and get into relationships carrying that burden into their connections, feeling less than, having insecurities, because as a child, they were always told negative things about themselves. See what I'm saying? That's why a while back when I posted, make sure that you get to know who you're dealing with. It's important to know the backstory of your person, or the person that you're sleeping with or having kids with or what married to. It's important to know their history. How did they grow up? What are some of the things that triggered them? How do they feel as a person? Are they secure? Are they confident? Are they overly confident? Are they highly insecure? You know what I mean? It's important to know that, so you know what you're dealing with before you get that deeply involved. Crystal, you can go ahead and drop your question, love. We're waiting on you. But here's the thing, even that in and of itself is a lesson, because now going forward, right, in a future connection, okay, you dropped it? Did I not see it? Okay, I see it now. Let's see. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know about meeting the man that you're trying to manifest. Let's see what Spirit has to say about that. But like I was saying, going forward now, because of that experience, okay, I need to find things out. These are the questions I need to ask. Because you're right, when you're young, because I've been there too. Like I said, in the past, I dated guys who would never apologize. Their ego would get the best of them, and that was it. That was it. I'm not apologizing. I'm not telling her I did anything wrong. And even myself operated from a place of ego. I'm not calling him back. I'm not communicating with him. I would just cut him off, So, and that's the beauty of, life experience, because you literally, you live and you learn in the process. All right, Spirit. Yeah, so now in your current relationship, okay, these are the things that I need to be alert and watch out for. These are the things that I'm not going to allow. Okay, so let's see, Crystal. Spirit, will Crystal meet the man that she's trying to... What is the advice in regards to love for Crystal? That's how I'm going to ask this question. Because if I ask Spirit, will you meet the man that you're trying to manifest, it's going to be a yes or no. And we need a little bit more. You know what I mean? We need more from Spirit. So I'm going to ask Spirit, what is the advice in regards to manifesting the person that you're trying to manifest? Let's see. Let's see. 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords. We got 5 of Swords. Nine of Wands. Spirit's giving me a backstory. It's like you've been in a lot. You've been through a lot, Crystal, in regards to relationships where somebody tried to be. They were very, I want to say, emotionally manipulative. They tried to blame things on you a lot. Spirit is telling me to focus on healing and to work on your anxiety. If you struggle with anxiety and insecurity, you know, and blaming yourself when relationships don't go right, so to speak, because we've all been there. Spirit says to work on it. 9 of Swords. You're worried about not finding the right person. Spirit says worry about being with the wrong person. The right person will come along. Worry about being with the wrong person. Worry about not noticing the red flags. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, the High Priestess. Spirit wants you to trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust your better judgment. Trust that gut feeling. Trust your intuition when you're dealing with people, right? Don't self-sabotage either. Self-sabotage and tell yourself, you know, when you're dealing with people, dealing with men in relationships, well, you know, I'm like this because I have trust issues. If you know that you have trust issues and that's something right now while you're single, you need to work on. That's a part of shadow work. That's a part of integrating shadow into self and saying, you know what, I struggle with these things, but I want to have a healthy relationship going forward. So I'm going to work on that. And when it comes to trust issues, a lot of it has to do with control, because we don't know how this person is how things are going to turn out with this person, so to speak, or if this person is going to stick around, or if they're really in it because they love you, or if they're just looking to gain something from you. So a lot of trust issues come from that. Let's see. 9 of Swords. Spirit, what messages do you need her to know in regards to manifesting new love? What does she need to know? Yeah, 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands. This is important. Protect your energy. Protect your space. Our bodies are a temple. Do not allow anyone to access it that you don't feel has earned that right and that privilege. It's a privilege. And not only your body, but your home. Who you allow into your home. Who you allow into your vehicle. You know what I mean? Anybody that you allow into your personal bubble, that includes all of those things that I mentioned. Your home, your vehicle, your body, your mind. What are they saying to you? What are they doing? Spirit says guard and protect. Guard and protect the things that you've worked so hard for. If you have been working on your healing, Crystal, and you are vibrating at a higher frequency, Spirit says to continue to focus on yourself. Continue in that direction. Don't allow somebody else to come in and make you feel insecure. Make you feel like you're not good enough. You may not be good enough for them, and that's on them. So then the door is always open. They're always free to go. Always, and this is what I meant the other day when I asked in my stories, what is creating space? Allow people the opportunity. Give them free will. You trying to pull someone to you or pull someone in your energy is going to backfire. If you live your life freely, joyfully, naturally, someone's going to gravitate towards you that's on the same energetic frequency. You know what I mean? So that's that. Y'all, I'm going to hop out of the live and I'll hop right back in.